All
What's
right,
up,
back with
Mike?
another episode.
Joe, joining.
Yeah, Joe will be on in a minute. He's got
Okay,
to
good.
drop the kids off at the pool.
Okay, next.
What's up?
Um, so I'm on a time crunch too today, so we get right in it, you know. Um, Anything new with you guys?
Government
Nothing
shut down.
much.
Government shutdown. Yeah.
Yeah, fortunately, that doesn't affect me, but it does affect some of our workers' comp claims at work. So that's always fun.
Oh, snap. Yeah, I didn't even think about
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Department of Labor.
it doesn't affect me at all.
Is that what?
Yeah.
Is that where you with Nick? DLS?
No. I work in healthcare. We just have a lot of patients that come in on workers' comp claims that
Okay,
those claims were filed at the beginning of the shutdown. So they're kind of at a standstill.
gotcha.
Yeah. It's a blast, let me tell you.
That's funny. I don't even know what it's all about. I stay out of politics, man. The news that I get is if whenever I'm doing the treadmill in the gym, like that's the
Mhm.
only news I get, and I can't even hear it. I'm like reading subtitles that are gibberish, and I'm just going by like the title of the story, which is always, you know, so and so got shot during
I
the
know.
Halloween party.
The transcription is awful because they don't use any punctuation or anything. So it's just a complete run on sentence.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and it
Yeah,
depends
but
on
if,
what channel too.
oh,
Like
yeah.
some of them are bad. Yeah.
So if you try to call the Department of Labor to authorize something right now, it flat out tells you all government programs currently are suspended. And then it just hangs up on you. So
That's
that's
nuts.
all it says. Yep.
I know that they were talking about something like are they ending or modulating the EBTs in like Section 8
No
housing?
idea.
Like that's to me like that's the big
They
deal.
it's a few different things, but honestly, at the end of the day, it's just a bunch of grown ass children throwing a temper tantrum. That's all it is.
Dude, they all break
Well,
bread together behind closed doors.
I know. Well, the funny thing is, they all get paid. They're government workers. They all get paid, but no one else does. So for them,
I,
yeah.
yeah, I believe it's actually in the law that when the government gets reopened, that the government employees, anyways, get all of the back pay.
So
Yeah,
they're trying to say that they're not going to do that. I think that's why they didn't reopen it recently because there was some kind of disagreement on that. So now they're arguing about that too.
yeah. I'm not sure. It's just it should not even be allowed. It would,
No, no, it shouldn't.
in my mind, it's like get in a room, figure it out, do a CR,
Hmm.
put an appropriations, bill forward, and let's get on, with business.
Yeah.
It is going to become a much more of a, I guess, distraction, and impact to people, as
Hmm.
we move on onto this, next week and the weeks to follow, if it continues. Hopefully, it will not.
Hopefully not, because I mean it's kind of hard for a country to operate when the government shut down.
Well, we're also getting into elections, right? So,
Yeah. I
yeah.
think they shouldn't even be allowed to leave the building until they come to an agreement, like kind of like a shut in where they have to stand there until they agree on something.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I am affiliated with the Republican Party, but I am a libertarian at heart.
Hmm.
And you know, so I'm a big believer in like kind of like Amsterdam. Like you might as well just give people
Yeah.
rehab like facilities to do your drugs. You go in there, you pay money, you pay taxes, and then you stay there until you're medically cleared. And so now, you know,
Yeah.
creates jobs and you get tax money. So we can lower some property tax maybe or whatnot.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm a I'm a big believer just you know, doing the right thing for the right person. And if when it comes to voting, dude, when it comes to voting, I think that everyone should take a citizenship test. If you do not pass that citizenship test, you cannot vote. Like,
Something, because
yeah,
I mean,
man.
it may be a hot take from us, but I don't think everyone should have the immediate right to vote. I think you need to earn it.
Right. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, in some way,
That
man,
that's
because
a
you need some sort of
complicated. Yeah,
it
you
is
do
it
need,
is a complicated thing, right? So, a
yeah.
lot of people, if you challenge them, with the test that I had to take to become a U.S.
Mhm.
citizen, they will not be able, to pass it. That,
Yeah.
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 That said, this country suffers mightily from voter turnout as is.
Hmm.
Yeah, unlike other countries where they get days off, full days off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and voting is on the weekends to ensure that people are getting out and having the opportunity to vote. Yeah, we don't seem to want to do that for whatever reason.
I know. Election day should 1,000% be a national holiday where everything is closed, everyone goes, does their thing, have weekend hours for anyone that couldn't get in during the week for whatever reason. I mean, it's like they want to limit it intentionally.
Yeah.
Of course, but
What's up, Joe?
What up, Joe?
We're talking about politics.
I
yeah,
I
know.
figured I jumped on like this isn't bodybuilding talk. This is election talk. What's going on here?
yeah.
Going to the wrong meeting?
We're just
Speaking of
talking shit about the
politics.
government, man.
Yeah.
Here you go,
Um,
Anders. Square this circle. When it comes to politics, born and raised, yeah, in a socialist country, right? And I am a Republican. Yeah, but I am. I tend to be right of center, but
Mm,
always I want a conversation on a topic. So can't be full cloth in my mind. Nobody is truly full cloth, 100% right or left. There could be
mm,
some crazies. Yeah, there are far extremes and stay there. But that's what this country is. Is losing is you cannot have a conversation. With each other
yeah,
on topics.
it's just two extremes fighting each other instead of like actual level-headed people actually trying to come to a solution.
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway,
I mean, back in the day, I would be a Democrat. That's how they thought back in the day. But
Hmm.
yeah, I honestly think that extremist is an act, like it's a play, and they just get full on into their character mode, and then they are that. When it comes down to it, man, I just unless you're a freaking terrorist, like like an extremist of either side, it's not good. But I still think it's just a an act behind uh, closed doors. But
it
Very well
is
could be
selective outrage. Yeah.
yeah,
that
because if
part.
someone was put in a situation where they needed like government aid or something, like a Democrat would want, like that Republican would want that. You know, no one puts themselves in the other person's shoe. But
Oh yeah.
anyways, so
Anyways,
we'll
Sounds
jump
bodybuilding
fun
right into,
talk.
supplements.
yeah,
Yes.
politics. What? So wait, I was reading the group chat. Nick dropped Kyle as his coach.
Yeah, I saw that
Yes.
too.
That's good flavor.
Good
Actually,
choice.
I listened to the podcast that Kyle did with Andrew Barry and Chris Tuttle. They put it out this morning. They were saying that it was pretty abrupt. It's been kind of an emotional decision that Nick, after the show, seemed pretty bought in on keeping with Kyle, but they kind of like dropped him out of the blue. He feels like it was still like a hey, like thanks for everything, but still kind of like yeah, I wasn't happy with any of my looks. Like I didn't like how I looked in Pittsburgh. I didn't like how I looked at the Olympia, and it's not the way that I want to be presenting myself. And I
Does he
kind of
not
said,
take?
well,
Does he
I
not take
mean,
any amount of responsibility for how he's going to look? Why is it up to the coach to own the look versus again, you have to be a dialogue and a conversation and
Hmm.
create a mutual strategy. Obviously he knows his body. The coach is there to kind of give you some safety net and also some sane guidance. Have a conversation. Where's your responsibility in owning your look? As well. Yeah. Why does it
Yeah.
have to? I don't understand why it has to be the coach.
So when it comes to the relationship Nick has with his coaches, it seems like there's some kind of disconnect between them like not just him and the coaches, but mostly coming from Nick's end of things. I don't know how to really, because he's the most common denominator here, right? He's the variable that's consistent. But it's, I don't know. I don't know him personally. I enjoy his content. I enjoy watching him. But does anyone else get kind of the diva vibe from Nick?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
It's the
he
same
jumps
thing
like
with the
supplement
supplement companies.
companies
Yeah.
every other day.
Yeah. I mean,
I,
that's
Yeah.
typical amongst bodybuilders, though. Most bodybuilders.
Yeah, and then
They'll
yeah,
switch a
Well,
lot.
well, I mean,
yeah,
here's a good example of someone who should be highlighted. Evan Centopani. I mean, how long has he
Yeah.
been with Animal? And Animal really hasn't done any innovation, so he's not like into it for the sales and such or for
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But I mean, the longer someone's with the coach, I think the better they're going to be getting their body ready for whatever shows. Hottie did really great with Hani. He's been with him for
Mm-hmm.
however long. But the Olympia is a different game. The time, I hate the Olympia. I hate it. I hate the timing. The big guys need to be on first. They need it like your body looks the freshest midday after
Mm-hmm.
1 or 2 meals. And that's how they need to have it because I want to see the best of the best. And back in the day, didn't they have like 1 day shows for
Yeah.
Olympias and they were
I'm pretty sure
earlier
what they did.
and they looked crisp, right? And it's just like I look bloated at well, actually, I can't even say I'm not up at 11 p.m. I'm asleep. So I don't even know what I look like. But like that just has to be fixed. Like, but yeah, when it comes down to self accountability, Nick is the common denominator. It seems like he has coaches that are like somewhat friends or family members, and then that makes it
Mm-hmm.
to where there's not that relationship between coach and client. It's more
Yeah.
friend and client, and he does have that brother. It's like a brother relationship where you can be like a dick to your brother, and then or same thing with your parents. Like you can say some like pretty vulgar things to your parents, but you won't say it to your teacher growing up at school.
Oh, no, absolutely not. And I don't know. And now to be devil's advocate, it very well could not always be Nick. I'm just following the trend that we know, that we can see. There could very well be something
Yeah.
else going on in the background we don't know about.
hey,
I mean,
yeah.
so
It's the impression that he is creating, whether it's a
mhm.
supplement company hopping around, yeah, coaches hopping around,
no,
and then
from what Kyle was saying on the podcast, obviously it's Kyle's perspective. So he's not going to be painting Nick in a favorable light there after they just split up. But he
Yeah,
was saying that Nick had kind of some things he was comfortable with and some things that he wouldn't do. And kind of Kyle's playbook was a little bit more open for the Pittsburgh and the New York shows, whereas the Olympia, Nick kind of like, no, like, this is how we're going to do it. So Nick was kind of almost driving the ship a little bit, which isn't really what you want in a coaching relationship. You want someone who, at least to me, like, yes, you communicate with them and you build a plan together, but at the end of the day, you do what the coach says.
yeah,
Because if it's like half of what the coach is saying and half what the athlete is saying, it's it needs to be completely one or the other. I mean, there are people who are successful self-coaching. There are a lot more people who are successful with actual coach. But when you try to do like half and half, it's just doesn't work out.
Who
yeah.
do you
It
think
kind of
he's
seems.
going to go to?
Ooh.
Ooh,
Who did he have
well,
for New
I,
York last year, or was it last year? Whenever he was like lighter and smaller, but he was like crisp.
um,
That's been for a few years. He was with
hasn't he?
Matt for a while.
Yeah, wasn't he
He was
with
a
Hani
Dom.
No,
no,
he was
no,
Dom
no.
super sliced
for
for
the
like
I didn't think
swimwear?
he
one
did
off
it.
season.
I didn't think he did a show with Dom at all. He
No.
can hand it went back
He
to
did the off
Matt.
season.
Yep, he
Yeah,
just
he
He
done
did
an
the off
did.
off
season with
season. That
Dom.
was
He
it.
did a partial off season. I think he started maybe a prep, and he was not going, as good as maybe he wanted to, and he jumped over, to Matt, and that's where yeah, all the dribble, post that, back to my brother and family. That's kind of what annoys me about Nick is, all the virtue signaling that he, does along the way with, and Kyle being a brother, you can him. So I don't know. To me, from an outsider's perspective, just as a spectator, be following and watching Nick. He's got a lot of growing up to, to do still. And when it comes
Yeah.
to when it comes to integrity and loyalty, he has a lot of room, to fill in those values.
That's something that I mean, kind of like on a similar topic. I'm kind of worried about with Hollingshead, in that it seemed like a few years ago when I kind of first started following him, like everyone's like, oh, he's like the stand-up guy that everyone wants to be around. Now I'm afraid that he's not only tarnishing his reputation as a bodybuilder, but also as a person with how he's been kind of treating Chris and how he's been jumping ship from coach to coach and kind of bad talking them after he leaves. That I mean,
I can't.
I said I started off like James, one of the guys who really got me into the sport, and now I'm almost kind of like I don't want to be a fan of his anymore because of how he's treating other people.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of getting the impression that he's trying to move away from bodybuilding. So maybe this is intentional on his part. Maybe he's trying to get away from it a little bit or distance himself, because it seems like he's been having some more personal issues that may be stemming from bodybuilding. Because didn't he have some really bad health scares?
I don't think it's really bad.
Uh,
I know he had like some injuries, like some knee issues, but
Yeah. Well, I
yeah,
thought he alluded to something else, but
I
I
thought
don't know. He
mentally.
kind of, yeah, because I kind of felt like he fell off for a little bit, not even like reputation wise, but just kind of fell out of the limelight. Like he just
yep.
well,
got as far away from it as possible.
what was that? He certainly took some of his showings pretty hard. Yeah, I know that one Olympia looked at he looked like a disaster. Uh, that I think he was with Patrick Tour, maybe at the time. Yeah, and he just had a meltdown or over dieted, and that mentally took a lot for him to recover from. But it seems, to me, that James, now being a new father, is trying to figure out how to live and how he's gonna do, provide. That is something very important to him.
Hmm.
And ways I think in his mind, how is he going to become a provider when he is, you know, a top bodybuilder, but an average bodybuilder at that. So I think he's probably thinking about his next chapter in life and how he's going to be, yeah, making an
Yeah.
income.
So, I mean, you have a child, you're a new father and all that. So, there's probably a lot of back and forth between, do I focus on bodybuilding? Do I focus on this? Because realistically, we all know bodybuilding is a selfish sport. You have to put yourself at front and center. And if you have a family and all that, some people balance it well, but not everyone is capable of doing that. So, it's like he's probably having a conflict of interest within himself where he's like, okay, do I focus on me, get the best shape in my life, and put everything else in the back burner? So he's probably struggling mentally with that, like you
Yeah.
said.
Oh, plus it's not a top tier bodybuilder. So have to believe the number of endorsements or the
Mm-hmm.
size of his current endorsements, may not be as lucrative as a Nick, or a Samson or a Derek, the guys who are fighting for those top Olympian type spots. And in his case, he's fading backwards. I mean, he took what, fifth in the British Grand Prix.
Yeah,
He
he
looks
did
to be
not
And then
do
he
good.
he
outside of the
just
top five now because he's
and then he
doing
dropped
Prague
out of
today.
he
Was he
dropped
top
out of
five?
Prague.
Oh, he dropped out of Prague?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Yeah, he dropped out. I don't know
Yes, saw
why,
that too.
but yeah, going back to like having the kid and such, and having having this being a selfish sport. Bodybuilders or fitness fanatics, whatever you want to call us, we typically have some compulsive behaviors, and we like to get things done orderly in our way. And so, unless you have a wife or spouse that can do that for you exactly the way that you want it when it needs to be done, even if she's supportive, it's like, can she do, you know, as smallest thing of putting the dishes away in the dishwasher the correct way, right? Because if not, then that will kind of raise some anxiety in you, and then you'll have to do that little task, and then you'll look for other little tasks. And so it is a mental game. And for
Hmm.
myself, having gone through two kids, just like 8 years ago, right? So it's like those little tasks. People say, "Oh, like that's a good thing to be like organized and orderly and clean," but it messes with me, man, because like I have to do these tasks and I have to get them done before I can even relax. And I am the person that rearranges the dishwasher. Like if whenever my wife or my kids put something in there, I rearrange clothes, I do all those things, and it is a struggle. Like I have to do things a particular way. So, I mean, even when it comes to grocery shopping, like I would rather go and take my time out and sacrifice my time versus having my wife go because I know it takes her like 3 times as long and then she ends up getting crap that we don't need. But that mental aspect, yeah, I bet he's trying to get out of it. And I assume it's got to be something within the fitness industry because he's hopping coach to coach. So whether he's building a website or whatnot, but he's living in the UK. So I don't know how sponsorships over there, like, do they really go
Hmm.
that well? How far does it go for you versus being in the US? So hopefully he gets it figured out because yeah, he did tarnish some of his brand for sure. And
Yeah.
the same thing, it's kind of like Martin. Martin tarnished his in the very beginning, but then now I've met Nick, I've met Martin. They are all nice guys in public. But I watched one of the podcasts with Andrew Barry and Kyle, and Kyle said that Nick was saying that Martin was talking to him on stage, saying something like I'm gonna like I hate you so much or something, like when they're on stage in the lineup or something like that.
That could just be
So
shit talking, just to kind of like psych you out.
right, and so like was it malicious? Was it not? I don't know, but Martin seems like he's got his stuff together, so I don't think it was like malicious at all. But I think Nick kind of took that personally and very sensitively, and enough to tell Kyle. Um,
I mean, those two have a history, if you remember a couple of years back.
yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah,
Well,
I kind of think it's a psychological thing. I mean, if you've played any competitive sports, some
oh,
people
I've
can
said some bad
pick,
stuff.
yeah, some people can pick out whether or not you're going to get triggered by something. So they'll intentionally say those things to you because they know you're not able to differentiate between just shit talking or actually like attacking you.
Dude, some of the racial stuff during football and
Oh,
it
yeah.
is bad. um,
Martin had his fallout. What was it 3, 4 years ago when I guess he was
He was like
uh,
21.
yeah. So
yeah,
like what
with
5
Rise.
years?
Was he with Rise back then? Or I can't
He was
remember.
He might have
Acid
been.
Sledge
Oh
because
yeah,
they
yeah,
fired
yeah.
him for it.
That's what it was.
Right. And then, yeah, right. Him and his brother were, on some partying spree, and he had fallen off the wagon pretty hard. It seemed like, and then he went to Rise. That didn't seem to last very long, and then food, gave him, I think, the real second life, second
Hmm.
lease in life.
Yeah, I
Dude,
don't
look
find
how
very many bodybuilders survive with Rise. Rise isn't really like a
It's not a
bodybuilding
About
bodybuilding
it,
brand.
brand.
yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I think it's a good brand. I don't agree with some of their marketing. I think it's kind of cringe, but they're not geared towards bodybuilding. They're geared towards like the everyday person, a
Yeah.
broccoli head teenager, or just someone that enjoys things, like has more fun with it than actually takes it seriously.
Yeah, there is no bodybuilding edginess. It's more of a athleisure. Yeah.
Their
yeah.
proteins taste good, but nothing I've ever had messes my gut up as bad as they do. It is bad. Like I had like a bunch of their Skippy and like their marshmallow treat and stuff, and it was tasty, but I can't have it anymore. It just messes me up.
Have you been able to pinpoint to anything on their label? Yeah.
My only thought would be the fiber that they're using, like to thicken it, because I can do concentrates decently well, but
Mm.
I wonder if do they use there's
I
a
prefer.
few emulsifiers that I think they use multiple emulsifiers. Now, granted, you can't really tell how much they're using because I can tell a difference between because I have like standalone guar gum, xanthan gum, and all that. If I use a little bit of it, I'm fine. But once I reach past a certain threshold in terms of dose, I get bubble guts almost instantly. So they may be overdoing it on the thickeners, and that's probably why you have to shit your pants.
You guys drink your protein for the most part?
No, I always mix it. I think drinking is boring. That's my
Yeah.
take.
I'm like, yeah, yogurt, oats, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll also
yeah,
just like
cream of
I'll drink
rice.
it. I may like drink it post workout, like with cereal or something, or just because I eat so many carbs, like just like a shake with like some candy and bread or something. But generally, it's like in a cream of rice kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, real
Yeah.
question: what kind of candy? No judgment.
I'm
The
judging.
Nerds gummy clusters are fan. Did you say you're judging me, Andrew?
Yeah, I'm judging you.
Nerds
Dude, I
gummy
used,
clusters are fire, so you're already
The
on
Nerds
my.
gummy
You're
clusters are good.
good to go.
Then I found it's like this fake health food brand where it's Skittles but with no high fructose corn syrup, so it's like it's straight cane sugar.
nah, stop being a pussy.
Yeah, I can't do the high fructose corn syrup. I have to have, corn syrup or glucose, dextrose,
Yep,
something. So
I used to
like
buy that.
Swedish redfish,
yep,
gummy bears, the
like those two.
Harborough.
Used to
Yep.
buy
Yeah.
5 pound bags of both. Yeah, the
Mm-hmm.
Haribo gummy bears and the
That
Skittles
one.
bags.
Yeah, so I
So
got to read the labels, man, because like my mom sends us candy and I'm like, listen, mom, you have to look for these because I'm using this during workout and after workout. Like I need it.
this is for me, not the kids.
Yeah.
Uh, it made me a little bit worried because my parents were here the other weekend, and so like I offered them something to go like hiking, and like the healthy Skittles, they're called Giggles. He was like, "What are you giving me?" Thought that they were
Giggles.
healthy.
What
Hold
were
on.
they? Were they like glucose based?
Yeah,
Or
I'm
they're
six
like cane sugar based
I'm
Skittles.
googling
dextrose?
this. What's it called? Giggles.
Giggles.
So
Now,
yeah,
do
speaking
they
of
use dyes?
I think so, yeah. But let me
Giggles
see.
Good.
candy.
Stop,
yeah,
stop, stop getting rid of our dyes. It's not hurting you. Jesus.
It's from Yum Earth. Giggles
That sounds
organic
right.
organic gummies.
organic
Friendly
cane.
sweets, yummy treats. Okay, that's probably
That's
the
them.
gayest shit I've ever read.
Did
Was
you
it
get them
cane
at
sugar?
Costco?
No, there's a store here in the Midwest called Fresh Time that has a lot of kind of the health food
Oh yeah.
stuff. So I got to get like stuff like protein snacks or things like that because it's on my way home
Hmm.
from work. So like I'll stop there to get my girlfriend some snacks and stuff like that. Well, they
Yeah.
have
They got a lot. Lollipops.
those goodles for a really good price, like the fake protein pasta stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those are pretty good.
Yeah, I get
What
a lot
is
of kind of like my health
Goodles?
food stuff.
yeah, they're not bad.
It's like mac and cheese, but slightly higher protein. It's
Do you
like
see
15 grams per serving of 260 calories. So
yeah,
not
do you
like
see
super high, but higher.
Legendary released protein mac and cheese that are coming out with it?
My buddy told me about those, but I'm not a big fan of Legendary because they use so much collagen. But
Oh man, the chips. I just bought like 2 bags of the chips at Target. I'm addicted to those and I'm not ashamed at all. They're so good. They beat Quest chips by a country mile.
Well, this is expensive.
It,
My
Oh
it,
pasta
yeah.
costs less
it's
than $2.
I think like for a box, like you can get like a bulk pack of Costco for like $2 a box.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. I actually have one in my cabinet.
Oh, it's got kale in there. I'm not doing it.
Just automatically the kales are right off.
No,
It's
kale,
healthy.
I do not like kale. I went through a phase where I was eating it, but I was eating it the stem, so it was like eating a piece of wood.
Oh, why? Why would you do that to
Uh,
yourself?
Because I wanted a salad. I was like, I had so much spinach, I want to change it up. So I got a bunch of kale. Then my only dressing, I used apple cider vinegar and stevia.
oh geez, just do
I
mixed
was
greens.
dieting real hard.
Why don't you
Mix.
just punch yourself in the nuts? I feel like that's better.
it's it's you can upcycle that. Once you poop it out, you can probably wash it off and eat it again. You're good.
Oh,
Uh,
Um,
I do not
um,
recommend.
that mental image.
so
I didn't need that.
so I started the 5 amino 1 MQ
Ooh,
injectable.
what'd you think?
Injectable
So
or
yes, so
or
this is my fourth day. I heard oral isn't like some people feel it, but some people don't,
It's
which
not as bioavailable.
yeah, so I when in doubt, inject it out. So I am doing 1 milligram and I did 1 milligram plus I'm keeping my MOTS-C in, so I do 1 milligram MOTS-C, 1 milligram of the 5 amino 1 MQ, and I'm doing it's about like 45 minutes, 30 minutes before my workout.
That's about
Um,
what I'm doing too.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
mix, the same syringe.
Yeah, same syringe. Because they're in blends, so it's not going to like
Yeah.
degrade like people say. So I pull enough to get air into it into my syringe, so it doesn't my MOTS-C doesn't go vacuum into my 5 amino. So, but
Ruined
so
a
far, man.
jar of Retta with that. Don't mix Retta and MOTS-C.
Oh
They
no,
will push
No,
you out of suspension.
GLPs do not mix
no,
with anything else. They
yeah,
will, yeah, not a good idea.
I ruined like a full 10 mil vial of Retta because like 2 milligrams of MOTS-C pulled in and the
Hmm.
entire thing gelled up.
Yep.
yeah. Those are very sensitive. Um,
Sorry, you were saying though, Andrew. I'm sorry to cut you off.
yeah. Thanks a lot. So my digestion is the one thing I noticed, man. So I know Nick, you were talking about like how you like ate whatever and you were like no bloating and
Yeah,
you were like
nothing.
peeled. Right. That's the one thing I noticed. So I was
on five
watching,
am- on 5 amino.
yeah,
On both
literally
5
just
amino and MOTS-C, but just 5 amino will also, yeah.
just on the first day, I was like, oh, this is kind of weird. Like I ate my normal food and I was like, huh, I'm going to bed and I'm like, I usually am a little bit more like full. But at night, I was like, I feel like I could eat more food, but I already ate enough. And so the next day, I did another milligram, and I was watching, maybe I was watching football or a movie or something. But I went through 2 bags of popcorn, which is very
Hmm.
airy and fibrous, on top of like my other meals, and like zero, zero bloating. Like it just, I don't know, it took the air out, and I woke up in the morning and peeled. So
Yeah.
I have no idea, but it's like working more and more. Like today, right, we worked out legs and like I could like the I ate banana and like 6 dates and it made me more hungry, which is
Hmm.
weird, but I didn't crave food. It was like I felt empty and I feel like I needed more for performance. But my contractions today were nutty, and my lactic acid was very high at a very quick rate, which I'd never get for legs. My quads just they were just on fire. So I don't know, like I like it, and I I don't know. I don't know what to think about it, but it is interesting that the how it works with my metabolism.
So it's supposed to, the way I understand it, and I can't go as deep in it as some of the individuals I know that either manufacture it or they compound it, so on and so forth in a blend. It alters the metabolic pathway in a certain to a certain extent, but it also, like you were mentioning, the carb thing, it actually is supposed to enhance insulin sensitivity to where you're able to like essentially absorb glycogen a lot better. Like you burn through it a lot quicker. Because
Yeah,
when I
because
was eating very,
it blocks
yes,
NNMT, but
yep,
it had a similar effect as if I were on like high doses of Clen. Like I
yeah,
can't fill out.
yeah. Oh, dude, when we worked out at the Powerhouse Gym in Fort Lauderdale, like we slammed carbs beforehand. I'm not talking quote unquote good carbs. I'm talking like chocolate cake and everything because we were just kind of playing around with it. Because my buddy's like, hey, watch what happens when you eat this after you inject this. Because we were using this tiger's blood blend, so which is 5 amino, MOTS-C, and some max all together. Um, First off, mental clarity, great. Most of that I'm going to attribute to some max, but the fact that I was not even 45 minutes after eating this cake, and this was not a pussy piece of cake. This was a rather large slice of German chocolate cake.
I like pushing.
and I was hungry within 45 minutes. Like, I don't even know how that's possible, but I was hungry. Like, in my workout was phenomenal. I had a lot of stamina. Uh, and it's not like with, you know how Retta, how you can get, I think it's part of the glucagon aspect where you can pretty much out eat it,
Yeah.
like without the appetite suppression, just because it's revving up your metabolism so much. Similar to 5-amino and all that, but I don't get the cravings afterwards. I don't feel like I need to eat something. I feel like I could eat more, but I'm not starving like I would be on like Retta.
Right, right. Yes. I just felt like I needed to eat more because I'm supposed to feel a certain way. And I
Mm-hmm.
know like my performance, I'm so routine. And so if I'm not feeling that same way, I feel like my workout might be off. And so maybe I didn't eat enough. And so I feel like I need to eat more. And I'm not tracking my food, which I feel like I should. But yeah, I have no idea.
We need to put
Uh,
some CGMs on you guys, man.
what's yeah,
I've thought about it honestly.
yeah. I was
It,
thinking
it would
about
be
the
good to
Dexcom.
it would be good to track you
I'll get
guys.
one.
Yeah, data points.
Yeah,
Well,
because my
and
wife.
see how you're reacting and see how, what's happening. Obviously, you also, during the workout, and
Mm-hmm.
when you're feeling, like you could get more kind of, where's your insulin, level? How fast is it, actually, coming down, with these things, on board? Because if it is increasing this insulin, sensitivity, then, your, blood glucose level should be, throttling
Yeah.
down, fairly aggressively.
And yeah, the thing with it though is that would work, but Andrew and I are both also using Retta. So it'd be hard to tell what's doing what. Like
Mhm.
you would now, if we were tracking previously with it, like when we were just doing Retta,
Yeah.
we could tell how much of a difference it makes. But if we were to do it now, it'd be kind of hard to tell what's doing what.
How much red
Yeah,
are you
you'd have
Because,
using?
I say you have to
uh,
pull the red out.
yeah, right now I'm on. So I'm finally getting the appetite suppression from it, but it took me until 5.5 milligrams. So 5.5 milligrams is where I'm starting to get the appetite
Okay.
suppression.
Once
Before,
a week, once a week.
no, no, no. So I split it. So I do 3 injections, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So similar to like most people if they're doing TRT, most, not all, but so I'll do that. I haven't done the full bolus dose yet, just because I'm a little hesitant because I don't know how that's going to affect my gut.
Mhm.
Just because trust me, I've seen people a couple hours after they inject a bolus dose and they try to eat and it doesn't
They're
look
locked.
good.
They're
It's a
locked up.
bad look. Yeah, it's a really bad look.
Yeah. Do you know the half-life of 5-amino?
Oh, um,
I can't find
only
anything
it's only a few
specific because
hours. I thought.
it always sends me stuff about the tablets. Whenever
Yeah,
you
let me
look up these
see.
things on like Google Scholar and stuff, I don't, and I like, does the search engine not work? I put in injections and it's like
Yeah,
tablets. I'm like,
I'm shooting
that's
a
not what I want.
message to a few of the guys that manufacture right now and seeing what they say on it.
I would think
But
it would be shorter because everything that I've heard, you have to dose it like 3 times a day to get like the continued effects.
Yeah,
What I personally do is I just actually I shoot IM like half an hour
mm-hmm.
before cardio,
Yeah.
and I notice a big difference when I do that. I don't feel a huge difference when I go sub Q, but it's like sticking on the side of the quad, and then I feel a lot better doing cardio.
5-amino is not something you should really stick sub Q just because some people can have a really bad reaction that way. It's something that's meant to be absorbed pretty quick.
It is
Not saying it
bright
doesn't work,
fucking red.
but
What's the
yeah.
carrier that it comes in?
Uh,
Backwater.
yeah.
yeah,
Back.
backwater. Yeah,
Okay.
because there's other compounds you'd have to use like acetic water and such, like AOD. I think you have to use acetic water, but
Yep.
uh, I do
It's
mine sub
IGF
Q.
and AOD.
Yeah, yeah. I do my 5-amino sub Q. I do all my peptides sub Q.
All of them.
Aminos I will do intramuscular. I'm so coming from the background of physiology and like physiological biology, the pH difference between fat and muscle is different. and I don't want it to break down as fast. And like you can ramp up your acidity in your muscles based on like how quickly they warm up.
Mhm.
So I want it to last a little bit longer rather than be in and out because I'm not pinning multiple times of the day.
Hmm.
So,
So
and
I have,
that's how I've been doing it.
yeah. So what I'm seeing here, they said oral is usually about 7 hours half life, and then intramuscular is 4 to 5, which makes sense because I can
Okay.
take it in the morning and afternoon and not affect my sleep. But the minute I take it anywhere close to night, insomnia,
Okay.
because it is slightly energizing for me. I don't know anyone else, but I do feel a pretty noticeable difference in terms of energy levels. Like I, I probably a cup of green tea, and that's all I need. Like I don't crave caffeine. I don't want caffeine when
Yeah.
I've
Nick, do you
used
know
it.
Nick, do you know how they tested bioavailability, for oral?
That's a really good question. I'm going to ask them about that because I was curious about it. I just know when it comes to oral, like we were saying earlier, you need to take more to match it. Because, I mean, when it comes to orally taking it, like a tablet or a capsule or something like that, versus injectable, I mean, injectable is always going to be the superior form because you're literally directly injecting it in your body versus going through the metabolism, liver metabolism, and all that.
Yeah, and I wonder if something
Thought
like
they answered.
DR caps, would have a different effect, kind of bypassing some of the
That's not a bad
hydroxylases.
idea. That's something I could actually pitch to him. Ask
Yeah,
him if that's even feasible because I don't know if the compound itself. I don't know if it loses efficacy if it's metabolizes slower. I'm not entirely sure. Or you could run
Or
into the issue with like
well,
it runs too far into the day where it's going to start affecting your sleep.
get a trophy.
uh,
Well, that too. Is that?
Yeah.
I don't even know. Would that even certain compounds you can't put
I
in
think the
certain
Dalton's is
deliveries?
small enough, right? I don't know. You
Yeah,
got to go by the Dalton weight or something.
yeah,
yeah,
because I've seen anywhere from in terms of the milligrams for like I may be getting this confused with MOTS-C, but I think anywhere from 1 to 5, maybe up to 10.
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact dosage. Let's
I just want to
see.
start buying raw powders and mixing everything with DMSO powder and then or DMSO
Yeah,
ointment and see if it gets absorbed. I think that'd be pretty
you
cool.
say ointment
Yeah,
Like
or
your
DMSO.
like
transdermal.
a transdermal?
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
It could. I can't see why not. I can actually. So I know the guy that runs Chimera Research, and a couple others, and they play around a lot with the raws. They'll order the raws in bulk and try to
yeah.
figure out different delivery systems. Um, Certain ones don't work transdermally because some of them have had really bad, like they look like allergic reactions where the area swells up really bad or it
Yeah.
has some terrible skin irritation. One of them said it made he put it on his pec and the entire left side of his body essentially started tingling like it was paresthesia, like
That's
on
not
half of his
good.
body. Yeah, no.
That's awesome.
That's like right over your heart.
Yeah, he's like, I don't like this feeling.
It's like KY jelly all over you.
Yeah, he said it lasted about 8 hours.
Oh, wow.
Oh man,
Mm.
Yeah,
that
not a good feeling.
sucks.
Actually, I want Joe's stag that he posted last week for his back day.
Oh,
Let's hear it.
I'm kind of it was
You gotta say
uh
it.
yeah, no, it was my powder, regular legal side was Apollo's Triumph. Something like a solid 600 mgs of caffeine around there.
That's the
And
legal stuff.
yeah, that's the legal stuff. That's the okay. And then the not so legal was 10 milligrams of Halo, 50 milligrams of Pharma Anadrol, 20 units of Humalog, and a large meal, and 2 milligrams of 5-amino.
Okay. That seems like that'd be a lot of fun stack of Triumph.
That's a
It
lot
was a
of
good time.
I think my blood
a lot of
pressure,
get up and go.
my nose will bleed.
My blood pressure was 126 over 73 this morning. Thank you very
Hey, there you
much.
go.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
what was
gotta,
it during the what was it during the session?
I
you
don't
should bring
check
a,
that.
you should bring a cuff and do it in the
During the
gym.
session doesn't count. If you're not pushing hard enough to spike it, you didn't do anything.
You're like all purple.
Let's just say I had a great pump and great vascularity. Was it from hydration? Was it from blood pressure? We don't know.
And he looked like a
That's all
Smurf.
that matters. How many of those old guys do you see that are just like this purple hue at the
Oh
expos
yeah.
and stuff?
I
I
have a
love it.
Oh,
couple of those in my gym. Yeah, that still walk
yeah.
around. You're looking like light skinned eggplants.
We have
Skin's
seven
like,
that are strong men at my gym because my gym is like predominantly a powerlifting strongman gym, but it's very bodybuilder-esque too. But you see a lot more strongmen in every single one of them look like their head's gonna pop at all times.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. That's my goal in life, is to look like I'm about to die.
But look sick while doing it.
Yeah, jaundice. That'd
Die
be
young and
awesome.
pretty.
I need to find that legal berserker, stack, Joe. Yeah, for my back and leg days.
No, I mean, honestly, if you go
Mm,
like more towards the over-the-counter side, I find that number one, Time Cop hits harder than Triumph does. Just like with the Suboxy, it hits harder mentally.
Mm-hmm.
Then with a bunch of liquid glycerol, and you can add some extra sodium nitrate, it works really well.
Okay,
So it would be
that sounds
like
fun.
a scoop of Time Cop, 4 caps of citicoline, 20 grams of glycerol, 3 grams of sodium nitrate.
What glycerol
Okay.
are you taking?
Uh,
Liquid
it's
glycerol.
it's like a bulk food grade one.
Yeah,
So it's just like straight vegetable glycerin. It was like $25 for a gallon.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Many people you kind of overlook, that they can get food grade glycerol
Mm-hmm.
for very very cheap.
You don't need to
Yeah,
pay $45 for 16 ounces. You don't need to do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Glycerol, like liquid glycerol specifically, I like it. I can only use probably the recommended amount. If I try to go over 20 grams or so, it's GI issues all day, every
yeah,
day.
yeah.
same
The
So
here.
thing that
I,
I like about glycerol is that it's intracellular hydrating
mm,
versus extracellular. So everything else tends to be extracellular, pump, yeah,
Yeah,
focus,
typically
where
that's
glycerol,
glycerol will
glycerol
use
is,
like if you're dehydrated and you're getting ready for a show, I'd rather use
yeah.
glycerol to pump you up than citrulline because you need water. If you're not
So
drinking water for your
yeah, yeah. So if there is any science to increasing the um, size of the cell, the intracellular pressure, supporting some kind of stretch mechanism, for
mhm.
hypertrophy.
I
Glycerol, in my
mean,
mind, it seems to be the way, to try to achieve that, versus people are chasing the pump, and trust me, yeah, yeah, it's fun and everything, to have that, full and hard, feeling, but from a intracellular, pump perspective, that may be the physiologic effect, whereas the other
Ooh.
ones are just feel good effects.
it
Hey,
makes
you
me
got,
feel the contraction better. So I get more
oh, yeah.
intensity. Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
notice, I mean, glycerol, I mean, depending on the dosage, is great for endurance too. That's
Hmm.
one thing I've noticed from it. Uh,
Because it will
but
get broken down, right? It will get broken
yeah,
down and used for,
it's a carbohydrate.
yeah,
yeah, for ATP. Yeah, it's
yeah.
like,
And I think, no, go ahead.
no, that's
No, I think a lot of people kind of steer away from glycerol a lot of times just because it's that thing. We know things contain calories, like amino acids, for instance. People are all about them when there's no nutrition facts or any kind of calorie count on. But the minute there's a calorie count, all of a sudden that switch in their
yeah,
head flips on and they're like, oh no, I don't want this because I don't want any more calories. I mean, amino acids make a protein, so there's bound to be some kind of calorie. I don't, even at
yeah,
35, 40 calories, I don't think you're going to notice any kind of difference regardless of how hard you're dieting. I don't think it's going to, because if you're not burning through that during a workout, you're not. your workout's not hard enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't look at calories for some of the
As long, as long as
supplements.
you're not, as long as you're not sipping on it throughout the entire day, like
Yeah.
Crystal Light, if you're having 10 scoops a day, okay, then that's going to add up in a prep situation. But if you're an everyday person, I think maybe you might find a benefit in that, just having a steady
Mhm.
flow of amino acids. I feel better with EAAs, and I know they cost money.
Yep.
I would rather, I see my performance difference, and I prefer to have them in.
Yeah. I go on.
I
I have
Go ahead.
EAs on all the time,
Yeah.
all the time.
I go in spurts when I'll use them.
Being the older guy too, yeah, I'm probably over optimizing. I will even take, freaking EAs with my meal just to,
Yeah.
make sure, that I'm turning, mTOR on because, yeah, what is it? Yeah, chicken, beef, it's gonna take some time to, digest.
Yeah.
So
And also they taste good.
it it,
Yes.
it tastes very, very good.
I'll tell you what surprisingly tastes good. I grabbed this real quick because I know we were talking about it earlier. The most non-compliant pre-workout ever. This, I asked him how much flavoring he put in this. He goes, dude, I don't even want to talk about it. I spent so much money on flavoring because otherwise this thing would have tasted like absolute shit, were his exact words. It's probably, I think he said he's almost 15 grams worth of flavoring, maybe
first
more.
scoop.
For a scoop,
I don't know if it's per scoop. He didn't specify, but there's a lot of ingredients in here that would not taste good unless you cover it up really well. Let's put it that way.
Shameless plug.
what do you
Yeah.
mean? The beta alanine, the citrulline, it's all good to go, man.
Yeah. Well, he has it's
Nothing crazy in there.
amino tadalafil, DMAA. Obviously, you have the D-ribose doesn't taste bad, but it's really when you get to the picogenol, and I've had raw reagerensis. Those things
Yeah.
can kind of jack up the flavor quite a bit, especially the picogenol. Uh,
The pycnogenol is actually I think fairly bitter.
yeah,
It's
but
a
this
Until
is surprisingly smooth when I tried it today.
until you drink both raw, like unflavored EAAs and
no.
Those are disgusting.
powdered TUDCA. Powdered TUDCA is worse.
Absolutely not. Never do it. Nope. Nope. I've done
It's
it
so
before.
bad.
There's
I,
yeah.
I bought 2 tubs to try and save money. Like, oh, well, she gets the powder instead of the pills. It's half the cost on NutriCost.
Mm-hmm.
Those tubs are still sitting in my cabinet for the past year and a half because I cannot drink them.
Have you never? So you can buy. I mean, I'm sure you know this. You can buy the actual like empty capsules and then get like an encapsulator for not really that much, and you can just cap your own.
Yeah, it's on Amazon. You can get the stuff on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
So tedious.
It is.
Yeah, but I mean, at the expense of saving money. I mean,
I'm going to hire a Mexican to do that for me.
My liver's doing fine without it. I'll be okay.
yeah, that's one thing I actually incorporated. So I've been using more or less, not even for the liver health aspects. That's just a side benefit, but for digestion, TUDCA and ox bile, like you suggested. And dude, I've been noticing quite a bit in terms of improved digestion. I don't get bloated, period, post workout when I eat now.
Yeah, Todco will certainly get your bile moving.
Yeah, I hate everything about the fucking page. I am a grammar Nazi, and I've been getting on him. Like I've been roast. He's a buddy of mine, so I roast him whenever he does. I'm like, dude, I need bullet points. Like he has to keep redoing the website because a couple of the peptide companies keep getting what's DDoS, or someone keeps taking their websites down, like literally hacking into them, deleting it, and then they have to hire web developers to put it back. It's happened 5 times to multiple companies recently.
DDoS is a flooding of your website. Yeah, not taking it. Yeah, so it makes the server that it's being hosted on unresponsive, that you can't take any more connections. That's what a DDoS is. Is
Yeah.
the denial of service.
Yeah, that happened twice, that actual one. But then there have been a couple where, fortunately, no one's he's he's very good in terms of cybersecurity, so no one's information would ever get out. But he's just getting annoyed because someone keeps attacking the websites.
I
Yeah.
suppose that now this stuff can go up on traditional like a Shopify type of your website.
So this website is aprhealthsolutions.com. You can get it here
Yeah,
and use code Nick. Support them.
and
The
you
one
can
thing that I
use.
noticed,
I love it
the one
because
thing,
no,
the one
go
thing I
ahead, go
noticed
ahead,
is
go ahead.
the 20 milligrams of D-ribose.
I'm not going to
I
do anything.
I think I think that's honestly in there just for flavoring.
Okay. I was like,
That's still not enough to do anything.
It's not.
Listen, homie, if you're using this, you're using it for the amino-tadalafil, the DMAA, the
yeah, that's what I
caffeine,
was- he's like,
and they're
there's health in
pretty
there.
horrendous,
We
honestly.
got health. We got D-ribose. You're good. We got
Now,
theanine.
I will.
I wonder if he meant the 20 grams and yeah, of
So
that would be more like it.
here's one thing I've asked
2,000
him
milligrams.
because he's not like when it comes to the labels for certain things like this. This was kind of just a fun little project he made. So it wasn't meant to be taken seriously, really. It was just like, hey, if you want to try it, buy it, whatever. Um, I gave him so much shit when he originally sent it to me. I'm like, dude, the dosages are not listed in order. He's like, bro, this is just a sad thing. I don't care if the label's accurate. I just care if what's actually in it is in it. But
Yeah.
so he used AI to generate this label. So there are so many mistakes on this damn label.
AI
So I would,
sucks.
yeah. So I'm pretty sure there's 4 grams of citrulline in here, not 400 milligrams. So the
Same
D
thing.
ribose is, yeah. So
Maybe D-ribose
he,
is 2,000 milligrams.
yeah, it probably is. I can tell you there's definitely DMA, caffeine, and reagerensis in it because I know what that feels like. There's definitely something in there stronger than citrulline. So the amino tadalafil, because the pumps were pretty consistent.
Pycnogenol also supports
Yeah,
that too, right?
yeah. So I
And he's
know it's
using the
in it.
registered pycnogenol.
It seems
Uh,
like it.
Yeah. Interesting.
yeah, more than likely. So he had it tested and everything tested out to spec, but that's why I think the label's wrong. Because
Yeah.
when he sent me the actual testing for it, it showed like the 200 or where's it at? The for the citrulline where it shows 400 milligrams, it was actually 4 grams. So he started sending me the labels after he gets them done for me to spot check them, and then also he sends them to another guy because he's trying to like he does all the labels himself. So he's trying to balance that out. So I'm like, dude, just send them to us. We'll get that sorted out. Like,
That's cool.
don't try
He's
to
got to
do
make some
everything.
mistakes.
Yeah,
Make some
yeah,
mistakes, learn from them. That's fine.
and
I'll
don't
figure
rely
out.
heavily on AI.
How dare you? I love
Oh,
AI.
hey, I
It
do
does
too.
everything
But
for me. It's
enough of
perfect.
that.
It's going to rule the world one day.
Okay,
Now,
Mike.
now
Until you real.
Andrew, how's the business going for you? I know you kind of going in that direction as well, right? You're thinking about it?
Yeah, I want to open
Yeah.
a 503B facility, compounding facility, so I can sell or manufacture these for companies like his. Uh, I just want to make sure that I have all my ducks in a row before I throw in money. It's a big
Yeah,
investment and a lot of things that I don't know, and I would need to partner up with somebody. So
you definitely want
I
a legal advisor because
It,
there's a lot of nuance to it.
Well, I mean, I have my
Andrew's
wife, which she is AVP for compliance in a
Mm-hmm.
broker-dealer firm. So she
Okay.
knows a lot of people and a lot of guys with, they're sketchy people. Like they move money around
Yeah.
to avoid taxes. So I have that backing. My brother, he has investors from the UK and India and such and Mexico. So we have everything that we could. And, fortunately, I have I have access to family money, which is great as long as it's an investment that they can get a
Yeah.
return on. And I have to have a proposal for it. But from the way that things are going, it looks like a telemed wellness clinic is really the facility of that we would do with the compounding facility, and we would own the building, and then we lease out the other parts of the strip commercial building, so we can make our money back and have somewhat of that income covering the cost of everything else.
Yeah.
So
And
So
what kind of timeline are you projecting, kind of right now?
the 10-year plan, like it's nothing that's going to happen now. I would say a 10-year plan just because the laws are changing everywhere. But I
mhm.
do believe here in Siena is the way to go. There's a lot of rich people, tons of rich people here. Like they have basketball players from the Houston Rockets here. You got Texans from the football teams and stuff that live here.
Yeah.
And
And
um,
wellness clinics do really well in areas where there's higher disposable income.
yeah, Relive just opened one up in Houston, but it's in Houston. And a lot of people don't like driving there when you're in Siena. So like it'll show my address, Missouri City, but it's Siena, which is like its own community, and they don't like Missouri City people. So, but you
Well,
know, it's that's just the direction that I'm heading, and I had the impression that I was going to be somewhere in the supplement industry, but
mhm.
it is a dog eat dog world, and there's a lot of failure there. And I don't
Oh,
want to be a part of that. It's almost like owning your own gym. I want to have a gym, but not for public use, just for myself and my kids.
yeah.
And maybe if I'm training people, but I don't want the supplement industry to eat me up. And
Yeah.
I don't want to have to lie to people or manipulate the truth or bend it in such a way because there's a lot of things that I I sell or I recommend, but it's also like, yeah, it's
Mhm.
not going to do the work for you, man. Like it's freaking
Yeah.
nutrition, it's working out. There's not a pill that or mimics exercise. Like exercise does a lot of things to the body. You can't just take
Yeah.
mito burn and then all of a sudden you get all the effects of of exercise. It's not that. And
Did you
uh,
did
uh,
you see the Kurtz and Vigorous Steve talking about the Kurt came across a study saying there was no such thing as an exercise mimetic pill? Like not in
I can't watch that guy.
yeah,
Nope.
Yeah.
but what he was actually saying, he didn't say they don't exist, but he meant like in the context how people view them, where
Yeah.
you can take an exercise mimetic and not work out and get all the benefits of exercise. He goes, no, they work best when you are working out, but most people want a pill where they take it and all the benefits from exercise are like in that. So people are misconstruing what an exercise mimetic actually is.
We have that pill for
Yeah.
fat loss, and it's called
Yeah.
meth.
Yeah.
It works
Yeah.
great. Meth and
I
cocaine.
know.
Yeah,
I'm
we have it.
technically
But
prescribed it.
yeah,
But
so when you guys are taking, the MOTS-Cs and all these, actually MOTS-C is probably not the right example, but some of this, mimetics, do you feel your heart rate and body temperature rise as a result?
Mm,
um
Ever so slightly. It depends on if I have food in
yeah.
me. When I eat food, man, there's a higher metabolic rate. But
Mhm.
I've taken 120 milligrams of Clen before. I've never taken DNP or any uncouplers, but I you also have to remember, like I'm taking these things, but I've increased my exercise capacity like 200%. Like I am doing way more exercise than I was before.
Yeah, you're
Doing the
dialed in.
endurance stuff.
So
Yeah.
you're
Right. So
actually doing it properly.
how long can I keep this up? I don't know. And I haven't gotten rhabdo, so I'm just going to keep going until something happens to me. But I'm putting in the work. And it's not like, oh, I'm
Hmm.
taking this and then I'm eating whatever and then I'm waking up peeled. I'm not that Ziz guy that everyone was talking about in the past. He freaking dieted. He didn't just party and eat crap,
Hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
It
People
actually
are,
worked.
yeah.
Metabolically, and I guess at the molecularly, level, I'm struggling to see how these things without exercising create an energy demand. Yeah, if it's not increasing your heart rate, if it's not increasing your metabolic rate,
Uh,
where is the energy sink being
so
created from?
it seems like all of it, and it's becoming such a buzzword now, but mitochondrial efficiency. So when it comes to the heart rate thing, my heart rate was very slightly elevated on the 5 amino MOTS-C Samax combo. Okay. I get more of a heart rate increase from retatrutide. So, and that's because of the glucagon. Like now, no matter what, my heart rate's always at least 10 beats higher than it normally would be at rest. And that's because of that. But when I've used 5 amino, MOTS-C, any of those, I don't notice any difference in terms of the heart rate. because I already took in the variable that the red has already increased it. So I would imagine if I took something that increased the heart rate even more, it'd be even higher, but it's not. So it's kind of,
So
we
you
don't
you
know because
would
these are still experimental.
you would want a high, you would want it to increase your heart rate because now you're
Mm-hmm.
using more energy technically.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so when geriatric patients come in, you can use something similar to like SR 9009 and whatever,
Yeah.
like those type of PPAR, but they work. Like they can literally
Mm-hmm.
be in bed and they will burn fat efficiently while keeping muscle on, but they are in a calorie deficit. They're on a protein modified fasting, whatever that is. But
Protein
it's a protein
sparing.
diet.
But
Yeah, PMFS or whatever. But
Protein sparing. Yeah.
yeah, you do have to give and take something. You can't just
mm-hmm.
keep it because you're
No
not going to see the
biological free
benefits.
lunch.
No, I mean, there's
Now,
thermodynamics cannot be violated, right? Energy has to be created, from somewhere. So
Mm-hmm.
something has to be uncoupled or something has to be revved up as a result of taking something,
or an
right?
Yeah.
exchange. There has to
Or
be
yeah,
an exchange of electrons, which that's what we can see with mitochondrial benefits. And so if you're boosting immunomodulation and having better health overall, now maybe in theory, your body can stop worrying about whatever's going on with your liver and then now start attacking visceral body
I-
fat while you're eating in a deficit. But so you're taking away energy, but then you're getting energy from fat or fatty cells or
Yeah.
yeah.
whatever.
And like
But
we were saying, these are still experimental compounds, so no one really knows fully how they're doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
Most of what you're hearing is anecdotal. Like I don't
It's like
know, it could
empirical
just be as
evidence and
yeah,
theories.
it could just be as simple as it's just enhancing the way your body metabolizes nutrients and all of that, where it supercharges that. So maybe you're getting your energy and all of that through a different pathway versus just simply spiking your heart rate like you would with a stimulant like Clin or something like that.
Yeah.
right, but the substrate for energy has to come from somewhere,
It's
right?
coming
Mm-hmm.
from fat. It's
Yeah.
most likely fatty acids that are being broken down.
Yeah.
Right.
So
So
that
there has to
it's
be, so yeah,
yeah.
you should be able to, see the elevations or of certain pathways. Also not just mitochondrial efficiency. You should be able to see fatty acid oxidation. It should be able to test that.
Yeah. I
And
mean, we agree.
blood samples.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
what
we
have you.
agree with you, but the fact of the matter is no one really knows how it's doing.
And no
So
one's going to be
until they
compliant
come out with
enough
that, yeah.
to do muscle biopsies and all these things and be in a bubble. And no one's going to subject themselves to that, nor is someone going to perform the test. Maybe, yeah, I would be down for it.
I'll
You're too
volunteer
skinny,
for
dude.
tribute.
Well,
You're too peeled already. But
yeah.
yeah, it's just because one person might conduct a study one way and then come in and they do a method slightly different than the person that was there during the AM shift. So the AM
Mm-hmm.
and PM might be different. We see that in hospitals with trauma areas with
Oh yeah.
nurse shift changes. It's like, some of those notes kind of get a little mixed up.
Well, I mean, shift change itself is like it's been known to be a health risk because it alters your body's
Yeah.
processes. That's usually, I believe that's why there's a shift differential in terms of pay because you're putting more of a risk.
I don't know. I
Because,
just,
Wow.
yeah.
but yeah, I
I
don't,
don't,
I don't know as
I don't
much
know.
on
I
that.
don't know if it's the health factors behind it, Nick, or just the
Just
inconvenience
the
factors of
schedule
working.
sucks.
Yeah, exactly.
But
It's probably that, but
when people ask me about like how does this MOTS like I'm taking MOTS-C, what's it doing? Like, and I'm honest with them. I'm like, dude, I don't know what it's doing, but this is how I'm feeling. This is the evidence that I'm having. But I can't tell you on a molecular level because I don't, how do you even track fatty acids breaking up in your body? You know what I mean? Like,
really can't.
yeah,
You
you
c-
can't
you
Follow
sit
can
there and
test
trends.
you
you
can't
can test for
isolate
various
one fat.
yellows.
You can't isolate a fat cell
Yeah.
while you're moving through your daily activity and really see what's going on. Like we just don't, we're not there yet. In the future, maybe, but there's smarter people out there, and I'm not one of those
Mhm.
people.
Well, it's like, I mean, you can't really track it like as an isolated compound yet, like you were
Yeah.
saying. I mean, the only thing we could do now, and we'd have to remove all the variables. That
Yeah.
means anything else that enhances metabolic function or anything else that enhances metabolism, like let's say a GLP-1, like retatrutide, for instance. You'd have to remove all that and then specifically just use the one compound while you're in like a semi-controlled diet phase and see what the difference is and get those markers along the way. But outside of that, there's really no other way that I know of anyway that you can actually track data points from just the compound itself and how it's acting on your body. We would just do it like you would any normal bro bodybuilder. Just see where your fat is over time and see what's going on.
Yeah.
Like that's really all we can do because there's no other way to track it currently. Now, granted, pharmaceutical companies, they may have different tech now because there's actually quite a few of the mitochondrial supplements, medications, if you will. Like SS31 was just approved. And now there's a couple pharmaceutical companies that are trying to approve, I think, seven more of the mitochondrial drugs currently. So they know something.
Yeah. I think Eli Lilly just bought another company.
Yeah. Yeah. They just acquired somebody.
Yeah. Big Pharma is coming after peptides in a big way.
Oh, so you'll notice one thing across some of the websites, and I got some insight into this. So you're going to see websites that are selling some of these, like GLP-1s, like as a specific example, they're changing the names. They're not calling them semaglutide, tirzepatide, retatrutide. They're going to call them things like GLP-1 SM or GLP-1 RT. They're changing it because this is where I was talking about the legal thing, Andrew. It's like there's certain ways you can phrase something to where it escapes legal scrutiny, even though you are still selling the compound. It's such a complicated landscape when it comes to legal jargon, but there's a way to avoid getting flagged if you rename it something similar, but you're not using the full name.
They should start renaming it like the Saccharomyces cerevisiae because that's how they extract and they create semaglutide.
You just use the seven dwarves names like Dopey.
Yeah. Anyways, I got to make a stop. Hard stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. This was actually very informative.
Surprisingly.
Yeah. All right.
All right, guys.
We'll be back next week, maybe with another episode. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Take care, guys.
What is this next weekend? All right.